Hey friends, I am back with another reaction video. This one is going to be another song from my childhood. And we're already up to my teenage years, and I've already done U2, I've done The Cure, and really probably my top three favorite bands are the U2, The Cure, and New Order. And so I got to do a New Order song. I think that this is like 83, 84, around that time when it was released. I don't know if I listened to it quite that early, but it was definitely in my high school years, so it was probably 84, 85. And it's a song called Love Vigilantes. And, most people know Blue Monday from New Order. They know True Faith. They were never really, I guess, hugely popular on the radio in the US. Obviously in the UK and in Europe they were much more popular. But Blue Monday I think is like the biggest selling single of all time or something like that, or maybe biggest selling record of all time. I know that they have some record. But Love Vigilantes, I mean, any New Order fan will know this song. And some other people may know it, you may not, but it's just one of my all-time favorite songs. I believe it's about war and about a soldier, I mean, obviously from the lyrics. I never really paid too much attention to the lyrics, even though they're really like crisp and clear in the song. So I'm going to listen a little bit more as I listen to it right now and give my feedback on it. But just such a great song. And New Order overall, such great memories of listening to them. I actually saw them 1988. It was like their Substance tour, which was kind of like a best of album from them. And I've actually had tickets to see them recently, but things have come up where I haven't been able to. And obviously with COVID, we had tickets to see them. It was earlier this year. Obviously it got canceled. I'm sorry, earlier last year it got canceled. So it was pushed to September of this year. So I'm hoping, all things, going well, that I'll be able to see them, because I really, really looking forward to seeing them again. Like I said, definitely top 5, probably top 3 favorite bands. So let's watch Love Vigilantes. And I don't think there's really much of a video. It's mainly just the music, but let's listen. I'll give you some feedback.
Home, I've been so alone, you see. You just can't believe the joy I did receive when I finally got my leave and I was going home. Oh, I flew through the sky, my convictions could not lie. For my country I would die, and I will see it soon. I want to see my family, my wife and child waiting for me. Got to go home, I've been so alone, you see.
Yeah, it's all coming back to me. Like the funny thing is about New Order's music is so much of it, especially as it progressed, like early on, it was very kind of depressing sounding because For those that don't know the story behind them, they were originally Joy Division, and Ian Curtis, the lead singer, killed himself, and the rest of the band became New Order. And so they're very early stuff. If you haven't already heard Joy Division, which was very, awesome. I love Joy Division, but very depressing music. New Order's very early stuff was depressing as well, but soon, into, I would say, I don't know, I guess it might have been Power, Corruption, and Lies, but, once they started getting into writing their own music and separating themselves from Joy Division, musically they sounded extremely, happy for whatever reason. The music itself sounded happy, but the lyrics are all, always sounding, I don't want to say sounding, but the lyrics are always a little bit more depressing than how the music sounds. You could compare that to the Smiths, although Smiths have a lot of depressing sounding songs as well as the lyrics, but they have some happier sounding songs where the lyrics are really depressing. Same with The Cure. So this song is obviously about a soldier who's away at war, and all he wants to do is just go home and see his family. And he's talking about how he's ready to go home and see his family, how excited he is. But the lyrics and the story take an interesting turn, and we'll watch the rest and we'll talk about it.
Waiting for me, got to go home. I've been so alone.
Yeah, just awesome stuff. And yeah, I mean, I don't have the lyrics. I should have actually seen if I could have found a lyrics video for those that don't already know the song. But obviously you found out at the end that he actually died, and he thought he was flying home to his family, and when he got there, his wife was laying on the floor seeing a letter that basically said that he died. So obviously an anti-war song, but just such a beautiful song overall. I mean, just the layering of the guitars. And I was going to ask, and maybe if there's some New Order fans out there that are hopefully watching this, everybody is so gung-ho about Peter Hook, who he was obviously amazing, and who wasn't on some of the like later New Order albums, and said they're never the same because Hooky was gone, all that kind of stuff. To me, it sounds like two guitars there. So is Hook playing another guitar, or is he playing bass like really high and it's just hard to tell? I was just curious about that, and I'm sure I could read about it. But any New Order fans who are watching, if you have any thoughts on that, or you know anything about that, let me know. But the guitaring, like you can clearly hear either two guitars or a guitar and a bass guitar at the same time, and just layering over each other and just having this beautiful sound. And then Bernard, lead singer, his voice is just so sincere. Doesn't have like the most technical voice, you know, like technically great voice or anything like that, but you could just hear the emotion when he sings, and I just love it. I mean, New Order overall, they're just so high up in my, you know, favorite bands of all time. So I had to definitely pick one of their songs early on in my teenage years. It really, you know, kind of crafted me into the music that I really, you know, started to get into like seriously when I was like 14, 15 years old. And they're such a heavily influential band, just like The Cure, just like the Smiths, to bands like, you know, Arcade Fire, or, you know, I would say even like, you know, you could look at Radiohead, you could look at so many different bands that were influenced by New Order. Killers. So really just pioneers at the time. I mean, there was nothing else that sounded like this. And it was really, really cool, because I actually did listen to some Joy Division at that same time too. So I was into Joy Division. It was really cool watching them and listening to them progress as they got out of that depressed music sound that they had like in their early stuff to more of the dancey, you know, happier sound. I mean, I think for me, the penultimate album would be Brotherhood. And I'll probably react to some songs off of there. But, you know, that was kind of, I would say, before they got really like into like more dance techno, and they still had like heavy guitars in it, but they were away from that depressing early sound. And really just some fun, kind of like happy songs on that album, and I really, really love it. So anyway, that's it for this one. If you guys haven't already liked this video, I'd appreciate it. If you could subscribe if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it as well. Send your recommendations, your requests, as always, on any bands that you guys like, anything you want me to listen to. You know, if it's something that's more popular, I probably have already heard it, but I don't mind doing reactions. Or if it's something that you think that I may not have heard, maybe a newer band that sounds like New Order that you like, and you want me to check them out, and I'll do a first-time reaction, I'll do that as well. So that's it for this one. I will catch you guys on the next one. Thanks for watching.